Hello, ladies, and hope all is well. I know that it probably would have been a way too short notice to try to get everybody's availability to have a meeting with everyone, especially since a lot of you are returners and already know what to do. You just need to know where to go. So I am going to put all of that in this video and send it to you all. That way you can look at it between today and tomorrow to be ready for Saturday and go from there. And then if you have questions, feel free to text or call me after you review this video, okay? So here, I'm also going to send this document to your email, and I'll just be reading along. So read along with me as I go through the contents of this document. Most of this will give really good details on what you need to know in preparation for helping with dress rehearsal and showcase. Okay, so room assignments. First, Brandy, Mary, and Devin are going to be in the STARS 1 room, so that's ages 3 to 5, my preschool babies. Rachel and Lucy will be in the STARS 2 dressing room, so that is ages 6 to 8. Kiana and Kendra, will be in the junior dressing room. Sorry, I'm working from an old document, but a lot of the information is the same from year to year. I will be on the headset backstage with the library staff. Mr. Torrance will be outside the holding room. So basically just hopping from room to room, making sure that all of the kids are ready, and backstage at least 1 or 2 pieces before they are expected to be on the stage to perform. And once Mary and Devin and Brandy's have everybody situated in the STARS room, then Brandy is also going to be assisting Mr. Torrance, hopping out, bouncing around from room to room just to add any additional help if needed throughout the dress rehearsal and the showcase. I'm also going to need the 2 of you to help with the vendors the day of the showcase. Their stations and things like that are going to be very clear. It's just a matter of if they have any questions, I'll have to refer them to you because I'll be backstage on the headset with the library staff. They're going to be in the mezzanine, which is that elevated area. So as you come into the library and see those stairs, that's where the vendors will be. They will already have tables and things set up for them. So it's just a matter of them finding the table that is theirs and just setting up. So just a matter of showing them where they need to go, where the bathrooms are, and things like that thereafter. As parents are dropping off, all dancers need to be there at the venue at the Parma Snow Library by 1 p.m. Once they come in, somebody from our team or one of the main attraction teachers will then show them which dressing room they need to go into. Parents are to drop their kids off and then immediately go into the auditorium. We'll be showing previous showcases if they want to watch those, or they can go upstairs to the mezzanine for the vendor expo. Please do not let parents stay backstage, take pictures, help the kids get dressed, because for one, they're already supposed to be dressed. All the dancers are supposed to be in their first costume when they arrive. So there shouldn't be a whole lot for the parents to do, and them staying back there is just going to be a huge distraction, and it's going to just cause unnecessary hubbub backstage. So please just remind them parents cannot be in the dressing room. Please go to the auditorium or the mezzanine, and they cannot take their dancers with them when they leave. In the event that there are any costumes or anything left over that dancers still need to get and from us, or if there's something that we needed to send out for again, get a different size, or if a kid was absent and still needs to get their costumes and things like that, there will be separate boxes in every dressing room for dancers that still need to get those things. They will be in that box, they will be labeled. Don't let the kids go in there. You can just pull it out, give it to the kid, and make sure that they put it on properly and all of that stuff. The only thing that kids are allowed to drink is bottled water. We don't want to get any stains or crumbs or anything on the costumes, especially the day of, because that will be the only costume that they have. So it's going to be very important for them to keep it as clean as possible. They can have snacks and things like that, but just be very, very careful with letting them eat that stuff. I will send out a final notice to parents to let them know what kind of snacks are okay. Something simple, light, that's not going to make the kids feel overly heavy or full when they're dancing, just something to snack on while they're getting ready for their performance. Like I said, dancers should already be in their first costume when they arrive. The show order will be posted in the dressing room. So in addition to emailing the parents, I send a list of where every dancer performs and their show order. So who's first, who's second, and so on and so forth. That document also has what their costume looks like. So basic like colors, if it's a skirt and pants versus a top or whatever the color of it, what kind of bottoms they need to have on, whether it's tights or whatever, and then their footwear. So even though parents are going to be in rooms with kids that they may not be familiar with, the show order has a detailed description of what their costume looks like. You will also have an attendance list for each of the classes, so you know which kid is in which dance. So for instance, you don't have to know who all the kids are in Stars 2 Ballet, but you can look at the attendance sheet and see that there's 10 kids in that class. I think that is like somewhere around that correct number, 10 to 12 kids. And so if you are looking and you only see 9 kids dressed in this Stars 2 Ballet costume, then we know that there are some kids that are missing, and we know that we have to rush to get those kids ready to go so that they're ready to get on stage in their proper costume when it's time for them to leave that dressing room area. Dancers must be escorted by a staff member or volunteer when they're leaving the dressing rooms, and we are asking that you please, please, please limit how many times the kids are going in and out. It's going to be frustrating for you to make sure that, so you don't have to keep up with who's leaving and who stays in there and all of those things. If they say they have to go, like at drop off, let's ask like, okay, so if you have to go to the bathroom, have your mom take you now. That way, when you come in, I'm gonna need you to stay in. And that then allows them to go to the bathroom, but then also allows them to stay in that space. So it's easier to keep up with all of the dancers once they are dropped off at the dressing room area. So kids should be coming in. I know, everybody's not going to be on time. As frustrating as that is, we just know that it is a thing. So from like 1 o'clock to 1:30, kids are going to be trickling in at 1:30 sharp. Myself and the main attraction staff will gather all of the kids to take them into the auditorium so that they can stretch as a group in the stage area, go over any last minute things, and then we are going to release the kids to go back into their dressing rooms with you all. If you want to go upstairs while the kids are in the auditorium for those like 15 to 20 minutes, if you want to go upstairs and look at the vendor expo and things like that, you're more than welcome to do that. Just make sure that you stay close and keep your eyes and ears out so that as the kids are coming back into the dressing rooms, there's going to be adult supervision in those rooms and adults to receive the kids when they come back into the dressing rooms so that they don't turn nothing up. And, and it also is like safety and liability issues. Keep the kids in the dressing rooms until one of the staff members comes to get them. And as soon as they're coming in and out, make sure that they are all dressed in their costumes. As I said, the show order is going to be posted in the rooms for you. You will also have attendance for each of the dancers so that you know how many kids are in each of those classes. You will only have one age group, so it should be a little bit easier for you to detect who needs what and all of those things. You should only be helping kids change into maybe 2 or 3 costumes. Like I said, the first one, they're already set, ready to go. They should already be dressed. And then after that, I think it's maybe 2 or 3 times after that. Keep the tights on, even if they are in a dance where they don't necessarily need tights as a part of their costume. We are asking all of the parents to keep their tights on. As a matter of fact, they are supposed to put the tights on first and then put the costume over the tights, because that is going to help you all tremendously with the quick changes. There's only about 6 minutes in between each of these dances. We have tried to space out the show order as much as possible so that there's like 1 or 2 pieces in between each class. So hopefully that gives you all enough time to get everybody dressed. If it's a few seconds past that, that's fine. We're not gonna start the dance without the kids being on stage, but just do your best to try to keep them, keep it running smooth, keep the kids constantly changed into their next thing. As soon as they get back into the space, having performed whatever number they just finished, bring them immediately back into the space and get them changed. That way, you're ready to go. Once the show has started, no bathroom breaks unless it is an absolute emergency. That is going to really mess up our timeline if we allow kids to go to the bathroom once the show has started, especially since we just told everybody go before they get dropped off at the dressing room. This is the time is going to go really fast, and so it's going to really negatively affect us if we let any of the kids leave the space once the show has already started, unless they're going straight to the auditorium to perform. Let's see. Oh, we got through this really quickly. So you'll have the show order, you'll have the attendance, work together to dress an entire class of kids. That's another reason why parents are not going to be in a dressing room where their kids will be as well. We've had issues in the past where parents were only focusing on their kid and leaving the other kids that were in that same class not dressed. And so we just nipped that in the bud. Now no parents are going to be in the same room as their dancers, and we're hoping that that allows the parents to make sure that they're focusing an equal amount of attention on all of the kids and making sure that everybody is dressed and ready to go for all of their pieces. Families, of course, will be allowed to take pictures after the bow. After the show is over and we do our bow, take the pictures, do our award ceremony and things like that, you feel free to, we're going to release the dancers to their families. Parent volunteers and staff, I just need you guys to go back into the dressing rooms for one more quick sweep, making sure that if there's any costumes or accessories left in the dressing rooms, put them in that box that is going to be in each dressing room. So like I said in the beginning, there's going to be boxes in each dressing room to have anything that dancers still need to receive as a part of their costume. If anything is left in the dressing rooms after the showcase, you can put those costumes, accessories, and etc. in that box, and I will contact parents to let them know. They should also be labeled, the shoes, their costumes and things like that. I've asked the parents to label all of the costumes. So hopefully, even if it is left behind, eventually we'll be able to get it back to the dancer that left it. There's going to be garbage bags in there as well. So if there's any like snacks or crumbs or anything left over, please throw that away. And then after that, we'll have our little after party. Those details are still being solidified. Hopefully we'll have like some food, some fun. I'm looking in to see if we can get maybe somebody to do face painting or balloon animals. So if you know of anybody, let me know. And yeah, so here is the breakdown, which is also going to be posted in your dressing rooms, and it's attached to this document that's going to be posted up for you. So 1 to 1:30 drop off, dancers are in the dressing rooms making sure that their hair, makeup, costuming is all ready to go. from 1 to 2:15, the audience is going to be in the auditorium, either looking at previous showcases or going into the mezzanine area for the vendor expo. From 1:30 to 1:50, all the dancers are going to be in the auditorium, stretching and warming up. From 1:50 to 2:10, teachers are going to do any last minute things that they need to do with the dancers, and then they're going to trickle back into the dressing rooms. From at 2:10, all dancers need to be back into the dressing rooms. Then the audience is going to get a 15-minute warning that they need to come into the auditorium and get ready to receive the dancers because the show is about to start. At 2:20, the first 2 dancers are going to be backstage, ready to go, and the next group is going to be in the holding room. I will show you all of you where these rooms are once you get into the space. Dancers get dropped off at 1 p.m. on both of these days, so I need parent volunteers to come at least like 12:15, 12:30. You can bring your dancer with you if you're responsible for their transportation, so they can just come early with you. That's not a problem. The showcase, we're expecting it to run from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. It'll probably be a little bit earlier than that. And then again, after the showcase, just do a quick sweep in your dressing rooms for anything that was left over and throwing away any trash. And then you are free to go to the after party in the mezzanine for the food and fun. Stop sharing. So as I said, I'm going to post this on our YouTube page and share the link with you all so you can view. If you have any questions, please let me know. You will also have t-shirts that have our main attraction logo on them. So if anyone has questions, they will be referred either to the staff or the parent volunteers. It's very, very stressful to have tons of parents coming up to me asking me questions, most of which I've probably already outlined in like a text or an email or a newsletter. And so you're going to be kind of like my help center. If anybody has a question, they can see that you have on a shirt and they'll know to come ask you and you should be able to help. Of course, if you don't know the answer, then the staff will probably be your best bet. Make me your last option, if at all possible. I just greatly, greatly appreciate that. So like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And I really, really appreciate you all. I could not do this without you because this is a lot, as you can see. There's a lot of pieces, parts, and you definitely need people who are willing to help. And I just thank you in advance because you have already been a huge help just by saying yes to volunteering. So thank you so much and have a great day, and I'll see you this weekend.